Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. Today we will be checking out the latest updates to the ships and vehicles of Star Citizen. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members, in particular to my latest patrons being Disarano and Muzza, and to my latest channel members, Stuart Michael, Uninspired Username, Commander Vex, and Mad Dad. Thank you all so much for the support, it is truly appreciated. So before we get to the latest vehicle updates, Star Citizen Alpha 323 has now released to Wave 1 backers, meaning it is now out of the NDA and we can start streaming it and making content on it. So do expect to see many gameplay videos here on my YouTube covering all of the new features of 323, plus I will be streaming it over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother for the foreseeable while it transitions through the rest of the waves and of course into live. Now, as usual, with it being Wave 1, it does come with a lot of issues and bugs that Cloud Imperium will certainly be working to fix, although I do suggest checking the issue council if you encounter something that doesn't feel right. Check for a posting there, and if there isn't one, create one yourself. Also, with a lot of newly updated and balanced features like the new FPS changes, master modes, and so much more, CIG do ask for feedback, so do provide it where necessary and let them know your thoughts. This patch is going to take quite a while to tune and get things feeling right. Even when it goes past live, there will be certain things to tune and tweak, and I'll be providing my feedback and trying to help get this tuned in time. And talking further of Alpha 323, I can see there has been a lot of feedback already. Yogi has commented over on Spectrum regarding the MFD rework and how when you have your landing gear down, your ship slows down. All of this is still in testing. As we say, feedback is definitely necessary. Also, there's been a lot of updates to the scopes, to the economy, with the vehicle price balance pass now factoring in things like size, manufacturer, and focus of the ship. And as they state that this is just the first pass for the pricing, they will continue to adjust it. The rewards for your missions will be balanced based on effort and distance traveled and danger, utilizing a new algorithm to kind of balance between the activity's difficulty, duration, the risks involved, and the player's current stage of progression or, your reputation with them. So there is a lot of changes with 323, far too many to just list off. But my advice is as soon as you get access, just spend time playing it without any real intention of what you're doing, just going about doing day-to-day stuff and just seeing what the differences are, getting used to it. There is a lot of control changes as well, which can really mess with the mind, having to figure all that out. So be patient with it, spend time getting on with it, and that will pay off when it finally releases. Anyway, to the vehicle updates. Let us kick off with updates to the RSI Zeus. Now, it says Grey Box was completed and all functionality has been validated, with the ship currently in the beauty and polish stage. Habitation and central hallways made significant progress and are approaching completion, while the cargo hold continues rapidly, as well as the ramp interior and exterior. The landing gear is nearly complete and the overall exterior continues to progress as well. So it is becoming more and more likely that a variant of the Zeus will release for either Invictus or an upcoming patch, potentially even the live release of 323, although I would say that either Invictus or a 323.1 is more of a likely option there. But I would also guess that the variant is going to be something like the Clipper, the cargo variant, due to all of the upcoming changes to freight in 323, but they are just guesses based on what I have seen here. We will have to wait and see what Cloud Imperium say. But it is very exciting to see an RSI Zeus making its way through the pipeline very quickly, as the original intention for their release would have been CitizenCon this year. So even if it's just one, it'll be a nice addition. Now next, we have information on the Anvil Legionnaire, saying that its white box is complete, with the team currently waiting on gameplay validation and for artists to free up before they send it into full development. Now, this ship is the boarding ship from Anvil, and it was one of the within the next 12 months reveals at CitizenCon last year. This vehicle utilizes a hacking system via the co-pilot seat, who will then be trying to bypass the security of the ship they're trying to board and then gain access to an airlock, allowing the Legionnaire to sort of clamp on and allow players to board and get inside. So a very cool vehicle that of course requires hacking before the gameplay can truly work. So I don't expect to see the ship anytime soon, but I do think in the not too distant future it'll come along alongside the hacking system, as it says here, waiting for artists to free up before it can go into full development. Now next it says, update work on a legacy ship continues with updates to the dash, cockpit and some exterior housing. So this image here that they posted for it, which I believe is relating to the ship in question, is quite possibly the RSI Aurora, with what appears to be a very sort of narrow-sided access to the seat. It could be the Constellation, could be the RSI Zeus, but my guess is an Aurora Gold Standard, which might not be so exciting for many if that is the case, but I do really hope to see all of the starter ships getting prioritized once the Squadron 42 ships and vehicles have had their Gold Standard pass. That is my guess. I think it will be certainly coming around to the time that the Squadron vehicles have been Gold Standardized, like the Retaliator being maybe one of the final ones, hopefully. So then they'll move on to ships in the persistent universe, and starter ships, the most commonly used ships, would make sense to be the priority. Anyway, that is my guess. Do let me know what you think this legacy ship is referring to. Now finally, it says the team's work on the resource network began with 10 ships nearing completion, some of which received the updated list of ship items, and following gameplay validation, relay locations will be polished. So this is pretty interesting. As we know, they are now testing the engineering gameplay systems in Arena Commander on the EPTU for 323. And on that note, if you do have access to the 323 build, it is not the PTU channel, it is the experimental PTU channel, so the EPTU. That's the one you want to be downloading. Anyway, they said that these tests will only be somewhat brief, I think they said, because they want to roll out the engineering system or the resource network system pretty quickly. So if that is 10 already set up to utilize this system, which means physical repairable components, the relay nodes acting as fuses, with also screens and kiosks to monitor the systems like life support, gravity and temperatures and so on, then hopefully when the engineering system is ready to roll out to the PU, they will have applied it to even more ships and vehicles, and the good majority can be accommodating for it. I am yet to try the engineering system myself, but I am really looking forward to trying it out, so do let me know if you have had a go with it and what you think about it. Now before we go, we have a great giveaway happening right now, all courtesy of GameGlass, with GameGlass lifetime passes to be won and a grand prize for one person being the Origin 300i, the Amazon Fire 10, and a lifetime GameGlass pass as well. And all you have to do to stand the chance of winning is comment on any of my videos that I post between last Sunday, being the 7th of April, and this coming Sunday, which is the 14th, letting me know what you are most excited for in Alpha 323. As always, subscribing here on YouTube and following me over at Twitch are not required to enter the giveaway, but I certainly do appreciate it. But there you go, that was the latest information regarding all ships and vehicles. Not a great amount of changes spoken about here, but both the Legionnaire and the Zeus are very exciting ships, so great to see progress there. But with that said, if you do enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. We are fast approaching 65,000, so thank you very much. As I say, come and hang out over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother. You are all more than welcome over there. We will be playing 323 today, so if you've got anything you want to check out, hopefully we'll find time to, or if you've got any questions, by all means, come and ask them there, whether you are new or a veteran. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, it does the channel a big favour, and tick that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Cannot do this without you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.